We made it to the wolf sanctuary, and we're not even on the tour yet, but we found one wolf.
There's some down there too.
Is this electric?
But you're not touching it.
So you can't touch it.
No. Alright.
And
No,
we
that's
found a
a
little
fox.
baby. Isn't that adorable? Aw. Look at him.
Wolves.
Actually, Daryl, I think it's a baby fox.
And so where are the baby wolves?
Honey would.
So adorable.
Okay, come on.
Very good for wolves. They didn't have a good PR person at the time. And that did start a lot of really, really scary fairy tales and legends. A lot of those we still tell to this very day. The idea of the big bad wolf is still very persistent even now. Is our only ambassador wolf that we have right now. She is a wolf who is very unique because even though it is totally natural for wolves to be afraid of new things, new people, new situations, going for car rides, things like that, she's actually able to do that stuff. She can go on a leash, she can attend public events and help us educate about wolves in a very direct way, which is really, really cool. A lot of people think that wolves, like I said, are pretty darn scary. And once you get to meet this little girl, can you imagine being afraid of that little thing? Once you get to meet her and get kisses from her and get your hands in that fur, you're really changed after that. I mean, it really helps to change the public perception of the big bad wolf and really kind of get rid of those myths. So she has an important job. She has no idea it's all treats and pets for her and fun new experiences, but she is helping us out a lot.
And that bird wants some food. Oh my goodness. There's a bird that wants food.
All right, lady. So, any questions about these girls?
What kind of wolf was it?
They're both timber wolves, and every wolf here actually is a timber wolf. Yep. They've all been captive bred, so they probably are not any specific subspecies anymore. They're probably lots of different subspecies mixed together at this point, because none of them were ever intended to be wild. This little girl actually came to us from another sanctuary that is trying to make friendly wolves for education. So she comes from a long line of very friendly ones. She might, yeah. She just looks like an oversized puppy right now, so I hope she keeps growing, otherwise she's gonna look pretty silly. Chakra over there, she's pretty well proportioned. She might just stay petite, but yeah, they grow really fast. Beautiful older lady at 14 years old. She's got reddish fur, she's just gorgeous. But like all older wolves, she's really holding on to her winter coat pretty much all summer long, so she spends a lot of time up in her den where it's really cool throughout the day. We saw her this morning, we'll see her tonight, but I think for the rest of the hot afternoon she'll be hiding out, so she's smart. Micah hates the hot weather too, even though he's in his summer clothes now. He's just miserable whenever it gets hot. Poor boy. So guys, Micah is not Kiara's first love. As an older lady, she has had a boyfriend in the past. By the way, this is the first mated pair that you're meeting. We don't breed our wolves. Micah and all the males are neutered, but they do mate for life. They like to form that bond for the rest of their lives. So, what's that? Oh, thanks. I'm standing right in their anthill. I should know better. So, Kiara used to be paired with a male wolf dog named Sabin. And wolf dogs, if you're not familiar with the term, it's any animal that's been bred to have wolf and dog in its genetics. Typically intentionally by humans. Humans will facilitate this to happen for the pet trade. A lot of people, there's a really high demand for wolf dogs right now. So Sabin was one of these animals. He was actually owned by some college kids. They lived in a dorm, like a lot of college kids. So So keeping a wolf dog in a dormitory is not a good idea. Definitely not. Even most dog breeds would not be well suited for that. But wolf dogs are pretty notorious for destroying stuff and marking stuff and trying to escape however they can when they get bored, which is real quick. They're extremely intelligent, so they get bored very fast. So poor Sabin did spend most of his life in their bathroom, probably to keep that destruction limited to just one part of the door. They did not really know what to feed him. He ate pizza and he ate beer and chips and college food like that, and probably dog food. Right, I know. Unless you're a wolf. So wolves do need raw meat. They need raw organs, they need bones, raw bones and fur and hides and things like that. Everything they would get in the wild. They really can't get a lot of nutrition out of dog food. Typically dog food has a lot of carbs, starches, filler materials and things like that. So Sabin eventually surrendered to us. But he was very malnourished by that point. He was extremely underweight, very low muscle mass. So we did get him on a very good diet, of course, right away. We actually brought him back to full health. We gave him a beautiful girlfriend who I wish you could see right now.
You actually can kind of see her over the bridge.
Right by the rock in between the two pines.
Oh, Kiara.
She's laying down.
Well, I'm glad you can see her a little bit.
You can see her lift her head every once in a while.
She knows I'm talking about her. her ex. Stephen did live to be a pretty old wolf dog, though. He lived to be about 16 years old here with us before he eventually passed. Since these guys do mate for life,
Is that their average?
Yeah, in human care, that's a good high end. Some will exceed that, of course. Some dogs can exceed that too, but yeah, it's kind of similar to a dog's life expectancy.
I don't know what he... Oh, it's
Okay. At least they're not biting me yet. Well, they'll get underneath first. So, Kiara was pretty sad though. When Sabin passed away, she mourned for a few months. She was grieving. And then she met Micah. Micah was a pretty young guy at the time, he was almost a year old, but he was pretty young. And she was happy to see him. They hit it off almost immediately. We do call them our honeymooners because it was such a quick introduction. It probably took 15 minutes. Sometimes it takes months to be really safe about it. But these guys really hit it off right away. So they still flirt, they still play, they are still wonderful together even after 8 years. They're still the honeymooners. It's pretty cute. All right, guys. Questions? Thinking about it. Let's find out. This is actually just raw dog food formula, just because it is cold and it tastes good. No. You do want it so bad, huh? Oh my goodness. But, you want some more?
Oh, you're handsome.
Here. Good boy. Yes, it's good stuff, huh? So Navi is this big boy. He's actually our tallest wolf at the shoulder. He's a big show-off. He definitely knows that he is gorgeous. We call him Mr. Hollywood, partially because of that attitude. And partially because he does have some relatives that were in some movies, the Twilight films.
Oh.
Seen Twilight. Not a single person. Okay, well. Yes, exactly. So his uncle was one of the models for the CGI werewolves in those movies. So he's a pretty cool guy. So Navi is in here with his mate Tala. Oops, I'm sorry, buddy. So while Navi is our tallest wolf, Tala is actually the shortest at the shoulder. She's a very tiny lady. I'm sorry, the wind keeps blowing it away. There you go. And she actually is our only wolf on site that was born here. So we also, I mentioned we had an unexpected pregnancy. We have that. Now we have Tala. She's our little miracle child. Her mom actually went into heat when she was in the heat box. So that was a surprise to everyone. So Tala was born a little bit ill, a little underweight, a little fragile. We were able to bring her back to full health. She was actually very grateful. But we moved to get her back
So handsome.
We're gonna meet a wolf who is the culprit in this situation. He, from what I hear, this was long before my time, but he was about a week away from being neutered, and our vet told us it would be fine. Our former vet told us it would be totally okay. It's biologically impossible, but they found a way. So, yeah. All right, guys. Any questions about these two? Yeah. Oh, good question. So this guy just turned 8, and Tala just turned 9. Yes. So he's what you'd call a black phase wolf, and Chakra and Kenai, they're also black phase. You can really see the difference, for example, between a 1-year-old black phase and a 7 or 8-year-old. Got all that silver. The phase refers to them phasing into that black color and turning silver throughout their back to bed. They usually have a litter of
Just try and stay with us, okay? But
So handsome. He was found roaming the streets, playing with a bunch of dogs as kind of a stray wolf in the streets of a city down in Colombia, South America. So not only do wolves tend to not get along with dogs, usually, wolves are not native to South America at all. So there are no wolves down there. And he, luckily, was not hit by a car or shot or something worse. He was actually taken in by the Santa Fe Zoo down in Colombia, and they had him for about a year of his life. So they adored him. He had fans from all over Colombia. He has fans to this day that come to visit him up here. All over the news. He was the only wolf down there, so it was pretty cool. Imagine never seeing a wolf before, and then there's one in your country. It's awesome. So Mr. Amarok, who's hiding from us now, that's okay. They decided to send him back up to North America where he could be with more wolves, where he could be in a climate that agrees with a wolf a little bit better. We've seen already how they do not like the hot. So he did come to live with us just about a year ago now. He started here about the same time I did, actually. So Amarok came up here to live with his mate now, Coda. So Coda's that gorgeous little brown wolf back there, if you see her blending in really, really well. She's 10 years old. Amarok is 4, so we like to say she's a cougar and a wolf. But they do have a beautiful, beautiful relationship. She lost a mate last year that devastated her. She was so unhappy for a very long time. But since she's been with Amarok, she's actually been really blossoming back into her old self. She's kind of acting like her younger self again, playing and flirting and running all over the place, and they wrestle all day long. They've been wrestling a lot today, and now they are sleeping. They're sleeping it off. But they do have a lot of fun. So she's actually also taught him how to be a good, polite wolf. He was very rowdy when he first got here. As a 3-year-old wolf, he wanted to play with us, but he had never been with wolves, so he had no manners. It was like interacting with probably a 90-pound puppy. It was a lot of mouthing, a lot of pulling, jumping. If you let him give you kisses, he would be halfway down your throat before you could push him away. He was very eager, but now he's been with Coda. She's kind of whipped him into shape a little bit, and he's very polite, very well-behaved young man, so it's kind of cool. By the way, if you're wondering how he got to South America, he was part of the illegal wildlife trade. So typically, the wildlife trade does not involve captive bred animals as much as it refers to wild animals that are taken from wild populations. So anytime you see anything that is from the wild in a store, in a pet store, even an exotic fish or bird, or fish on your plate, even, it's not always illegal, it's definitely impacting wild populations in some way or another. So always be thinking about that when you're making those purchases. And it's not just animals, it can be plants. And it's one of the leading causes of extinction right now. So be careful. Oh, look at him.
Gotta always be safe about everything. So she's a very independent girl, unless of course she takes her brother away and then she has a breakdown. They're both very, very bonded together. It's pretty cute. Masakara is the boss. So if you've ever heard the word alpha wolf, I don't usually like that term because it's very misunderstood. But if I had to use the word alpha, I would definitely apply that to Sakara.
It's a she.
She is in charge. You'll hear a lot of yelling at dinner time. Just stay out of my way. Now guys, there's that misunderstanding though of that word.
It's so pretty.
When you hear the word alpha wolf, you think of like a big, powerful, aggressive, dominant animal who controls raw meat. Raw meat and organs and bones, and if you see any, like there's a deer leg back there for fun just to chew on and have as a prize. Alright guys, so this wolf right here, and I hope you can all hear me, I don't want to scare him off. This is Kwahati. Kwahati I think is our most shy wolf, or one of our most shy that we have right now. He does not like to be approached, but to have him sleeping right here, he must be really asleep. Usually if he hears the crowd coming, he'll get up and move somewhere a little more quiet.
He just eyeballed you.
Yeah. And I know you're there. This guy, he's 12 years old this year. He does live with his sister, Sultana. They're both 12. You see a gorgeous black-faced wolf in here? That's Sultana. She takes great care of her brother. He is starting to go blind now and is at his older age, so she's very protective. Talk to us. We can kind of aim away from Kwahati because I know he is sleeping. We don't want to push his shoulder drugs out.
Yeah, he just got a shocked look on his face.
Yeah. Oh no. So I'll have that half of you kind of aim down the hill. I'll have you guys aim that way a little bit. You can aim towards Kiko and Sakara if you want to. And we'll go, I'll go first. I will count to 20, and then we'll all help together. Okay, guys? You guys want to try one more time?
Yeah.
Paula, I think. Let's do one more. Ready? 1,
Jesse, you just walked in the way. Wow. Yeah.
This place is all I have ever known, all I see. The world feels much smaller than I know that it must be. Somewhere beyond this land are there others just like me. Well, there's nothing standing in my way. I am free, and soon I'll see.